Good morning, everyone. This is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. Today I have a project share. I have been sharing the Anna Griffin Create 8, which is this previous year's event that she has for paper crafting. And I have been unboxing every class individually and sharing a project for every class. So today I'm going to share class 7, and it is the diorama box. So again, they all come in these beautiful Anna Griffin pouches, and they have the class on there and what the class is, or the name of the die, which is the diorama box. So I'm going to share with you what came in this one. I've taken a lot of it out because I have been creating with it. So these are some of the things I didn't use from that, from class 7. I did have foil paper, and I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to use. So I didn't open any of these up, but I will open them for you so you can see what is in them. As far as I know, this is still available. It is pretty pricey, but this is regular cardstock in different colors. So you get like a coral, you get it looks like a very pale pink, a little pink that's a little bit darker, a lavender, and then you get a green and a darker green. This is just regular cardstock. So you get a few sheets of that. And then you get some pearl paper. I imagine, yeah, the pearl paper comes again in the different colors that I shared with you, which is great because I used the peachy pink one for my album and I wasn't done with it, and I was out of paper in that class, but I see there is some in this one, so that's really good. I will take these out so I can share them with you all if I can. They're pretty snug in there, so I really can't share them, but you get lavender and you get, so these are the two colors you get. You get this peachy pink and then you get this lavender. I was able to see that. And then you get the foil paper again. You do get it in different colors. You get the green. This is a real pretty green. I could have used this for my project, and I did it. Let me make sure it's only in green, or if we have other colors. We might have other colors in here. Nope, we have the gold and we have the green. So I'm not going to share the gold because I have been working with the gold throughout all these classes, but you get the Anna Griffin signature matte gold paper, and then you get this green one here, which is beautiful. Very good quality paper. And then you get excuse me, I was trying not to do that. You get some designer paper, and you get let me see, let me remove the scraps. As you can tell, I have been cutting into it. I think you get 3 sheets of each, guys. So you get this is the green one, the front and the back. So that's all I have left of this one because I did use some of it in my project. Let me try and keep it all together. Sometimes you just need a little strip, but maybe I should throw this one away, huh? Okay, I'm going to throw it away. So you get the green one, and then you get this pink one, and it's very light in the front, almost looks like a type of netting, and then it's darker like a coral in the back. So you get 3 sheets of this one, and I didn't use, I only cut into 1, looks like it, out of this one, or maybe 2, maybe I think you get 4 of them. So I did cut into this one, and that's that one. And then you get 4 of each, guys. You get 4 sheets. And then you get this blue one, and there is the other side to it. I loved it. I actually like this side. Look how pretty that is. So you get 4 of each. 4 of the green, 4 of the pink, and 4 of this pale blue. put these all together. I can put them back in the package where they go. And then you get I still have my die cuts on my table. And then you get some ephemera cards. And you don't get very many of these because I think I only used 2 of them. So you get 2 of these and I use 1 of them. And you get 2 of this floral print and it is one-sided. And I use 1 of those. And then you get 2 of these right here. So you get those. You don't get any bows in this one. But you do, remember, have the swag bag that has a lot of the stuff in it. And then you get some sentiments. I kind of just put them in this tray while I was working with them. So you get some sentiments. There's 1. And these are for all occasions. How gorgeous that is. So you get them for all occasions. There's another one. And they do have gold foiling on them. You get greens, light blues, lavenders, the corally pink. So you get papers, sentiments that coordinate with the papers that are in the kit. And then you get flowers as well. So here are some of the flowers. And you get foil butterflies. Let's see. This one is the same. And usually Anna gives you a left and a right. So you get different flowers. But they're all like different. So you get all these colors, but they coordinate well with what you're working with. You also get some of these flourishes that are gold foiled. Look at that hummingbird in the gold foiled as well. So you get a bunch of things to play with. And then you get the colored butterflies and birds. And then I just kept my scraps in there of what I was working on. I guess I should take them out now that I'm done. I normally wouldn't throw something like this away because if I needed to add a little hint of gold, a tuck-in, I can use these as a tuck-in. But you get, that's what you get. You get the birds, flourishes, flowers. Look at this one. Flowers, and then the sentiments. That is all that is in this kit other than the dies. So let me share the dies with y'all. Here is the sheet, inspiration sheet or idea sheet for it. And the dies that you get. I picked up these pouches, guys, to keep my Anna Griffin. Some of the Anna Griffin dies are really big, and the carrier sheet that they're on is pretty big. So I bought these pockets because if one of the dies was to come loose, it's closed up in this pouch and I'm not going to lose it. And I also like the fact that I can write the name here and it's got a little separate pocket where that goes. I didn't write anything on there because I left the inspiration sheet, but I could if I wanted to. So with this, you get actually two carriers with dies. So you get, this is the box part, and then this one right here with the white edge, one side that's larger, that is the lid to it. And then you get the frame dies. You also get some foliage dies. Here's some more foliage, and then flowers. Here's another type of flower, and you can layer these together. I didn't use any of that. I think I may have cut out some of these flourishes. And then you get, this is a border strip. I did use that one. And then this one, you cut it out like a frame. You can use it as a frame, but really what it's meant for, where it has these little rectangles, that's where you split it to make your 4 corners. So that's what is in this one. And see, to put it away, everything goes in the pouch nice and neat. I can see what is in here because it's clear, and I don't have to fold the sheet anymore. I can open it up and it fits, because these are A4 pockets, so which is a little larger than our regular letter size. Not much, but it is. So that's what I used. That's what I picked up to house all my dies in. So let me share my project with you, and I'm going to share my thoughts on it. Let me move this. This is the first one that I created, and I have die cuts everywhere, guys. This is the first one, and I have glue all over my counter, that I created And here is a border die that I was cutting it out for my friend Carolyn, and the die kind of moved, and it had an edge that had moved, so it wasn't straight. But I don't like to waste anything, so I used it here. Here is that ribbon that I did the gold foiling on that says, "Have a wonderful day." This is a bow I had created and didn't use, so I just kind of tucked it there to camouflage where my die had shifted and you didn't have the full border. So that kind of covered that up. And I couldn't put my bow up here underneath the floral bouquet because it would cover up the sentiment that I had on the front. There's a flourish right there, the little bird. I did add gold stickles, just a little bit here and there. And here is that panel that has been sitting on my desk for I don't know how long. I finally used it. And that is a Spellbinders embossing folder. So I did incorporate a Spellbinders embossing there. These flowers were all in the clasp pouch. Here is the foliage that I cut out in the gold. I made a couple of mistakes in this. Here is the back to it. And what I did, my mistake that I made, when I cut these out, I put the box completely together, which means I did put the base together and I put the lid together. But when I started decorating and putting it together, when I added this border, these corners and these border strips along the edge of the, it's like a shadow box. When I would close the lid, it wouldn't close right because I had added more bulk in between the layers. So I had to unglue it, and I was able to salvage it. It doesn't look too bad. But I recommend that if you make these, to first decorate your box, add your layering and everything you're going to do before you add your lid to it. That way your lid closes the way it's supposed to. Another mistake I made, I put the corners on top of the border strips, and it should have been the other way around. I should have added the corners first and then the border strips, so it would look seamless, like it was a frame instead of strips and corners. So that was mistake number 2. Here's where I used that panel. I did use some of the layering pieces there. These flowers were all in the clasp pouch, and then this little I don't know what it is, like a plantain or something, and I cut a slit into it to be able to tuck the flowers in, and I curved it so it's not flat, it's actually curved. I usually curve flowers when I work with them. With the Anna Griffin, it's a little bit more difficult because they are stickers. And but before I take the carrier off, like the tulip, I did try and curve it some. You know, I did try to give them some form, some shape, because I don't really like flat flowers. So anyway, that was number 1. I used too much glue, and you can see right here an indentation where the paper warped. Although, or I can see it, I don't know, maybe you can see it there. But you could add a panel here to cover that up. I'm not going to do that because this is just my sample. But that was my first one. And it was very easy to put together. It just, you know, I made some mistakes as far as assembling goes that I learned real quick that I had to change that. Here is card number 2 without the mistakes. This is the paper that is in the pouch, and it's the same paper, but just I did different sides. So I used one side here, and for the lid I used the other side. I used the busier and darker green for the lid because I knew I was going to add layers to it. So I added the pink that had like that netting on there, and then I cut out the frame in the gold, this leafy frame, and then I cut it out again in pink. And then I embossed it with one of Anna's embossing folders to give it, and I set it right back in. So it's actually the frame and the gold are into, the solid and the gold are 2 pieces because this is the piece that comes out after you cut it out. So I kind of just put it back in there and lined up all the trim. And I love the way that looks. Here are some of the flowers. I don't know if you can tell, but I did stickle some of the flowers up. Not too much, nothing crazy. And here is one of Anna's bows. I added that with a permanent glue dot there, but you could use hot glue if you wanted to. I just used a glue dot. And you can see that this one closes really, really well. I did not have to unglue it or anything because I put it on afterwards. The panel that I have up here is also a die that's in this class, and I did add some foam underneath to give it just a little lift. And all these have dimensional tape underneath to give them more of a 3D look and not a flat sticker. Here is the inside. I kept it really simple. You can see right here that there is no warping. I was very careful with my glue because I seen what it did to the other one. So I was real careful there. So I don't have any warping. Look at how seamless this looks now. It's more clean, even though it's 8 pieces right here, guys, because the corners are 4 separate pieces, and then the trim around it is 4 different pieces, but it looks like it's just one. So I love the way that looks, you know, just taking my time and redoing it. Here is that frame again that's on the outside. This time I cut it out in pink. Well, I had cut it out in pink and in gold. I layered the pink on top of the gold, but I offset it so you could just see a little hint of the gold. That's what I did there. Again, I try to shape the flowers. I shaped the plantain, and I did try to shape these to add more dimension, and there is dimensional foam tape behind it to give it more height. And then of course there is the little bird. I used one of the sentiments, thinking of you. I didn't put nothing in the front, but I would probably put the word hello or something like that. But that's what the second one looks like, and I want you to compare how clean the second one looks compared to the first one. I hope you can see. Just look at the corners in the frames. So definitely do your corners first and then your border around it. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have to share with you in this class. I do have a small, it's not really a haul. Well, it's kind of a haul. It's a die that I bought off eBay, and it's an Anna Griffin. It's sentiment and the layering dies. And I love it. I worked with it this morning, created some sentiments I want to share with you all, but I will share that in my next video. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone's having a great day, and God bless. Bye.